Once upon a time, there was a small village nestled in the heart of a dense forest. The villagers were kind-hearted and always eager to help one another. However, one day, a strange disease swept through the village, leaving many of the villagers feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. The villagers were unsure of how to find happiness in their lives, so they turned to the local healer for advice. The healer listened to their concerns and decided to organize a seminar on personal development. The seminar was held in the town square, and over 100 villagers attended. The healer began by explaining that happiness is not something that can be found by accumulating material possessions or achieving personal success. Instead, he said, happiness comes from within and is often found by helping others. The villagers were skeptical at first, but the healer had an activity plan that would illustrate his point. He handed out a small stone to each attendee and instructed them to write their name on it. The villagers then placed their stones in a basket, and the healer placed the basket in an adjacent room. The healer then told the villagers to enter the room and find the stone with their name on it within 5 minutes. The villagers charged into the room, pushing and shoving as they frantically searched for their stone. After 5 minutes had passed, nobody had succeeded in finding their stone. The healer then instructed each villager to pick up any random stone and give it to the person whose name was written on it. The villagers did as they were instructed, and within a few minutes, everyone had their stone back. The healer then said, "What just happened with those stones is exactly what happens in our search for happiness. We frantically look for it all around us, not knowing where it is. Yet our happiness lies in the happiness of others. By giving them happiness, you get yours." The villagers were amazed by the healer's wisdom and realized that they had been searching for happiness in all the wrong places. From that day forward, they made a conscious effort to help each other, and as a result, the village became a happier and more fulfilling place to live. The villagers started to help each other with their daily chores, like cooking, cleaning, and farming. They would share their crops and resources, and would often help each other with building homes and repairing roads. As they helped each other, they discovered a sense of joy and satisfaction that they had never experienced before. They were no longer focused on their own problems, but instead, they were focused on the needs of others. The village prospered, and people from surrounding villages started to take notice. They were amazed by the sense of community and kindness that existed within the village, and they wanted to experience it for themselves. The villagers welcomed outsiders with open arms and showed them the same kindness and generosity that they had shown each other. The village became a hub of activity, and people from all over the region would come to visit and learn from the villagers' example. Years passed, and the villagers grew old, but their legacy lived on. The village had become a shining example of how happiness and fulfillment can be found by helping others. The moral of the story is that true happiness comes from helping others. When we focus on the needs of others, we forget our own problems, and in the process, we find true happiness and fulfillment. The villagers in this story discovered this truth and were able to build a community that was based on kindness, generosity, and mutual support.